sad day. I want to thank the first responders for doing what they have done to make us safe and to respond so quickly, so effectively to this tragedy. And I want to turn it over to Wendell.
Wendell Hesrick, City of Pittsburgh Public Safety Director. As the mayor mentioned, we've had a tragedy here today. The work of the first responders has probably prevented it from becoming much more tragedy than what it is. The scene is very bad inside. There are multiple fatalities. There are at least 6 injuries, to include 4 police officers. The police officers' injuries at this time are non-life-threatening. The other individuals are critical and serious in nature. They were taken to 3 of the level 1, level 2 trauma centers here in the city of Pittsburgh, that being Allegheny General, UPMC, and UPMC Presby and UPMC Mercy. At this time, I'd like to say that we have established a phone number with the assistance of the FBI for any questions from victims' families. That number is 412-432-4400. Once again, it's 412-432-4400. A Victims Assistance and Reunification Center has been set up at Chatham College on Chatham campus at Berry Hall at 106 Berry Street. We will have grief counselors there as well as the Red Cross. Please allow about a half hour for the final plans on establishment of that center. However, there are individuals working to have it up and running as soon as possible. A further brief press conference will be held at the County Emergency Operations Center at 4 p.m. this afternoon, of which the elected officials and first responders will give you, as well as the FBI, will give you an update. At this time, this is being considered a federal violation, and the primary investigative agency will be the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I would like to personally thank the many first responders that had responded to this incident today, to include the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, Pittsburgh Bureau of Police, the EMS, Allegheny County Police, and FBI, ATF, and numerous others that I can't even count how many first responders are here that are providing assistance. This will be a lengthy crime scene. We are asking people that don't need to be in this area, please stay away from it, so that both the investigators and first responders can do their job. I will emphasize at this time there appears to be no active threat to the community. This individual that we believe, the subject that is responsible for this, has been taken in custody. That's all I have.
Can you go over what happened?
I don't. That's going to be part of the investigation.
Can you do the numbers one more time for us?
For the injuries.
On the injuries, we believe 6 injuries, 4 of which are police officers. So it's a total of 6 injuries.
How many fatalities?
I will not discuss that yet until we are sure of the number.
Are children among the deceased?
I don't want to get into that at this point.
It's been reported that he screamed, "All Jews must die." Is that true or false?
There's a lot of information. I'd be very cautious on what you hear and what you don't hear at this time. Like I say, we have numerous investigators here. I would ask that if anyone has any information regarding the investigation, that they also call that 412-432-4400, and that will put you in contact with the FBI.
Wendell, can you tell us what the situation was in there? How many people about were inside?
I don't have that answer.
Was a service going on?
I do not want to give you, my understanding was there was a service occurring.
Has the security in place been lifted? Can people in Squirrel Hill leave their houses?
That is correct. However, we are setting up a very hard perimeter around the crime scene, and we ask individuals to stay away from that. So there will be a very secure presence around the crime scene just to protect the integrity of the investigation.
The person taken into custody, any weapons recovered off this person?
I don't want to get into that.
You believe he acted alone 100%?
I don't want to get into that. Right now, what we have is one subject in custody from the scene. Whether or not, as all these investigations, we have to look into every imaginable fact to find out if there is anyone else that's been involved in it.
What's the next step for you, sir?
I'm sorry?
Is there any evidence of a bomb?
There is not. Explosive ordnance disposal teams went through the scene, and there is no evidence of any IEDs or any further threat.
Wendell,
What's
for
the
a
next
moment
step for
there,
you, sir?
You sounded very emotional. Your hand was placed on your shoulder. Tell me how you feel right now.
It's a very horrific crime scene. It's one of the worst that I've seen, and I've been on some plane crashes. It's very bad. All right, so
What's his identity? The shooter?
I do not want to get into that. Like I say, there's a very active investigation going on right now.
Who's
Have
going
you
to talk to
identified
us
him?
at 4 o'clock?
I'm sorry?
Who are we going to hear from at 4 o'clock?
You will hear from myself, the SAC, Special Agent in charge of the FBI, the U.S. Attorney, as well as the elected officials.
A lot of moving parts today. What's the next step here?
The next step is secure the crime scene. The FBI has both assets from both Western Pennsylvania and from D.C. en route here, so they will be running the investigation and the crime scene with the support of both the Allegheny County Police and the City of Pittsburgh Police.
Did the shooter actually attend the synagogue at any point?
I have no idea. I'd like to also mention the state police. They've been instrumental in helping us out as well.
Just to be clear, is it 6 people or at least 6?
As far as the injuries, right now we're at 6 injuries.
Did you identify the gunman?
It's an active investigation. I mean, obviously we know who the gunman is, but I'm not going to bring that up now.
Why are the feds conducting an investigation?
As I mentioned before, this falls under a hate crime, being it's a Jewish synagogue, so it will be basically a federal investigation with the assistance of the locals, county, and state police.
Is the shooter among those injured?
The shooter was taken to the hospital, and I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you very much.
You good?
Well, folks, are we still on live? I believe we are. Okay.
Who am I on? You? Excuse me.
Initially from the governor of Pennsylvania, Tom Wolf.
I'll take my mic, Chris.
And from
That's this one.
the
Thank you.
Public Safety Director of the City of Pittsburgh, Wendell Hestrick. And I think you could hear from his tone and a moment where his voice cracked, and I forget who put his hand on his shoulder, but this hits him especially hard. And I think you heard me ask about that, and he said he's been to a lot of crime scenes.
Most importantly, he said that they are
This
calling
was
it a
an
hate
especially
crime. For
horrific
that
one,
reason,
and you could tell that he was shaken. And so they're not giving us a lot of detail in this. And some of the reporting from Rick Earl and some of our other sources.
That's in just a little shy of 3 hours. We're here right now at the corner of Northumberland and Murray.
Please.